With all this done, I return to the real world, sleep soundly through the night, and head to Novastar the next day. The factory is buzzing with energy like never before. Smiles light up every face. Every few minutes, the lab erupts with shouts of amazement at the battery's performance. I sit in my office having just hung up with Sylvia. She is on her way with the talent I requested. An hour later, a knock comes at the door. A woman with short hair walks in. This is Kira. Sylvia follows behind her. Before I can speak, Kira cuts in. Time is money. Let us skip the pleasantries. The headhunter said you were about to launch a product that will reshape the industry. With this company on the verge of bankruptcy? Because I can deliver what no one else can. A product powerful enough to shut down every battery maker on the planet. Kira lets out a cold laugh. I have been in this industry for 10 years. I have seen too many young dreamers just like you who all ended up as industry jokes. I came here to confirm one thing. What makes you different? I suddenly smile, stand up and head for the door. Follow me. Kira freezes for a second, then quickly falls in step. Sylvia jogs to keep up. Soon we reach the second floor quality lab. I tell Leland to bring the test reports. Kira takes them and scans the pages. Seconds later, her eyes fill with suspicion. Faking data is an art form. Your report is full of holes. Leland turns beet red and protests desperately. Every single number was tested by us personally. But Kira glances around the lab equipment and curls her lip. On these relics from 20 years ago? My expression does not change one bit. How would you like to test it? Simple, Kira says, reaching into her bag for a flash drive. This contains a battery testing protocol I designed myself. The highest standard available. 5 times stricter than the national standard. Your battery needs to run through every single test again, operated entirely by my people. And it has to be done at an internationally certified third-party lab. Done. Sylvia, help me out. Contact Mr. Tang. I need access to the Zhongke Testing Center lab right now. Kira freezes on the spot. She never expected me to agree so easily, let alone request the most elite lab in the country. Sylvia pulls out her phone and dials. In less than 10 minutes, Sylvia walks briskly to my side. Mr. Milo, it is all arranged. The lab is open to us for the next 24 hours. I pick up the Nova 1 from the table and lead the group out. Shortly after we arrive at the Zhongke Testing Center, Kira takes her team straight into the core lab. She plugs the flash drive into the computer, then places the Nova 1 battery into the testing apparatus. Moments later, at Kira's command, testing officially begins. One brutally rigorous test after another is executed in rapid succession. The lab falls completely silent except for the hum of instruments. Everyone holds their breath, waiting. Time crawls by second after second. Kira and her team grow more and more shaken. The Nova 1 performs flawlessly under every single test. When the final test is done, a steel needle pierces the battery. Every reading on the screen holds rock steady. The entire lab sinks into silence. Kira stares at the flawless report for a long time before uttering 3 words. A new era. She slowly turns to face me. I am in. But I have one more question. Can a product like this actually be mass-produced? What about cost? This is her last shred of rational caution as a professional manager. I do not answer with words. I simply pull another flash drive from my pocket and hand it to her. This contains the complete manufacturing process for the Nova 1, along with the production line retrofit plan. Your job is to convert the production line for mass production as fast as possible. As for manufacturing cost, it is only 10% above current mainstream batteries. Kira's mind goes completely blank. She takes the drive with trembling hands. She knows what is inside is not just digital data. It is a secret powerful enough to overturn the entire global industrial order. In this moment, Kira's eyes blaze with fire. I understand. From this moment on, Leland is the Chief Technology Officer. Everyone back to the company right now. In 2 days I want every one of you to have these blueprints burned into your brains. Then something occurs to Kira. She looks at me, brow furrowed. Chairman Milo, the materials needed for the production line retrofit will take a month to arrive. What do we show the media at the launch in 2 days? I will handle the core components. Send me the parts list. I will have everything delivered by tomorrow at the latest. Your job is to get the production line running before the launch and produce the first finished unit. With that, I walk straight out of the lab. The others scramble into action. Half an hour later at Novastar's office, Leland hands me a materials list. I take the list, barely glance at it, and stuff it in my pocket. Wait for my word. I leave with nothing else. Before long, I am back at the shop. I trigger the shift and return to the wasteland. I grab the radio and start calling people in. In less than 20 minutes, 3 off-road vehicles pull up outside the shop. Vera steps out with Owen and Dr. Clement. Boss Milo, the people you asked for are here. I nod at Vera and hand over the list. Go to the tech park and bring these back. Every single item on this list, not one piece missing. Tear the production line apart if you have to. Owen and Dr. Clement feel their hearts lurch, but neither dares to object. Mission will be completed. Moments later the convoy rolls out, racing toward the tech park. I switch the radio to the open channel. This is Milo, trading is open. Bring your gold and crystal cores. The moment I finish, replies flood the radio one after another. Bedrock outpost copy. Hive copy. Lighthouse copy. Arc copy. I switch to the encrypted channel. Nightingale, how is recruitment going? We have screened 30 awakened so far. Per your orders, we are running the second round of loyalty vetting. Good. I do not feed deadweight or traders. As long as they are willing to work, supplies are unlimited. Understood. Within 3 days Nightblade's full roster will be on your desk. Hearing this, I set down the radio and wait. In less than an hour, engines roar from all 4 directions at once. The 4 factions' vehicles line up in front of the shop. Scorpion is first in line. He sets down 2 heavy metal crates. Boss Milo, this is everything Bedrock has stockpiled. Right behind him is Hornet, followed by Arc and Lighthouse. The metal crates open. Gold bar after gold bar and crystal cores are counted out. I casually sweep them into the dimensional vault. The 4 factions wait in orderly lines and collect their pre-ordered supplies. Crate after crate of goods is hauled away. Cigarettes, liquor, rice, meat, medicine, even radios and drones. Under my supply chain, the quality of life for the 4 factions and their awakens steadily improves. Trading goes smoothly. In total, I harvest nearly 300 kilograms of gold and 42 crystal cores. Soon the square falls silent again. I absorb every crystal core on the spot. A cold wave of energy floods through my body. I can clearly feel my psychic field expanding rapidly. The precision and power of my telekinesis multiply. The weight limit breaks through to 400 kilograms with ease. The dimensional vault's interior expands to 5,000 cubic meters. Just then, an engine sounds outside. Vera, Owen, and the others pull up in front of the shop, their vehicles loaded with precision components. Vera steps to the door. Boss Milo, every core component and material on the list accounted for. I stand up. Good. At this moment, the Novastar Technologies factory is ablaze with light. The factory floor roars with the sound of cutting metal. Kira stands on the second floor platform, overlooking the frenzy below. Her eyes are bloodshot, but her commands are still sharp and decisive. The entire tech team, under her relentless pressure, runs like an overwound clock, pushing past every limit. Just then, a low engine rumble echoes. I pull my truck up to the factory entrance. Every eye in the building locks onto me. I step down from the driver's seat, walk to the rear, and pull open the heavy cargo doors. The next second, a truck bed packed wall-to-wall with components is revealed. Leland practically trips over himself rushing over. The surrounding technicians swarm in. Everyone moves at maximum speed to unload. Kira walks up to me. She says nothing. She just gives me one long deep look, then spins around and shouts at the tech team. Leland, take your crew and start installing the core drive shaft. Team 2, pre-calibrate the high-precision sensor array. Team 3, load all alloy components into the welding stations in sequence. Before dawn, I want this production line alive. The next second, an earth-shaking chorus of replies booms back, rattling the entire factory. Then, the workers dive in. The production line that was nothing but an empty frame now fills up at a pace visible to the naked eye, precision component by precision component. Time blurs in the thunder of machinery. When the first pale light of dawn touches the eastern sky, Leland personally torques the final high-strength bolt into place. The entire production line is complete. Kira walks to the master control console. She hits the start button. A deep hum of electricity floods the factory floor. The entire production line awakens like a steel titan. Over 100 indicator lights flicker on one by one. Every eye is drawn in. The instruments coordinate with flawless precision. The entire process runs like water. But at the very last step, a piercing alarm suddenly screams. Warning, internal pressure abnormal. Threshold exceeded. Kira's face changes instantly. She dashes to the console. What happened? Leland rushes over, hands flying across the controls. He speaks, voice trembling. It is the reaction spike during shield coating formation. The Nova 1 material is too aggressive. The energy released in that instant is too much. The casing might not hold. Every heart in the room sinks. Everyone believes failure is inevitable. But then the pressure curve plunges and stabilizes within the safe zone. The piercing alarm cuts off abruptly. Leland stares at the screen in a daze. The Nova 1 absorbed the energy surge with its own internal structure. The alloy casing deformation rate is 0. He whips his head toward the production line. It worked! At the end of the line, a Nova 1 battery slowly emerges. The next second, thunderous cheers explode. We did it! We actually made it! Several veteran technicians who have been up all night scream with joy. Even Kira cannot stop trembling. She steps forward, cradles the battery in her palms, then raises it high for everyone to see. We did it! I lean against my truck door in the distance, a quiet smile on my face. Moments later, the cheering dies down. Kira's eyes sharpen again. We have less than 27 hours until the launch. I will draft a complete event plan and speech.